So, you seem like you're in a pretty good mood. Everything all right?
I'm not really in a good mood. I missed my high school 15-year reunion. It's in Syracuse, and I'm going to have to go up there now, and I missed it, and I just wanted to prove to everybody I'm not a giant dork, you know, and high school is...
You got your work cut out for you.
Oh, God, it was tough in high school. I never went out with girls. I never had any dates. I was just in high school. How could you date when you had my dad? You don't remember my dad.
Oh, sure.
My dad wore his pants up like this. Remember my father? He's like, well, listen, pal, what time you think you're coming in tonight, buddy boy? I'll hit you so hard your kids will be born dizzy, buddy, and I can do it, too.
Did he ever actually turn your lights out, Dad?
He would take a swipe. The worst my father would ever do, he'd try to kick me and his slippers would fly off.
Yeah. Do you remember your first girlfriend that you were able to,
Yeah. The first time it was very, very... It is for everybody. The first time it's difficult. Can I ask do you think the first time it's more difficult for the girl or the guy? Help me! See, I don't think I think the guy.
I think it would be, well...
Well, bottom line, I think it's the guy because first time for girls, they don't really have to be good. They just have to be there. This is perfectly acceptable. Because bottom line, first time for us, we're so excited, we're lucky if we make it to you at all. It's true.
So were you a ladies' man or tried to be?
No, it was bad. When I was in college, that's when I first started having some experience with when I'd have to trick them into coming back to my room. I was just a complete geek, and I'd walk up to them and I'd say, yes, hi, my name's Jeff Altman. I was wondering, you're in my history class. Could you come back and give me some tutoring tonight in my room? And they'd always feel sorry for me. They'd always say yes, but boy, as soon as I'd get them back in that dorm, that door would close. I just instantly turned into one of the mountain men from Deliverance. All right, now how about you just dropping them panties, stick them right on off.
Yeah.
That's what that's. This here river don't go to Aintree. You done took a wrong turn, Captain.
And that seemed to work, huh?
Yeah. Well, it did all right.
Yeah.
It did okay.
So you doing better now? Everything all right now?
Well, I have like this great urge now and then, to just walk into Frederick's or something, just.
Frederick's of Hollywood?
Yeah. I guess they're national now.
I suppose. Yeah.
These are the folks that are advertising edible underwear. And maybe that goes over in New York or L.A. or Miami, but how does a family in, like, Boogers, Montana, understand the concept behind... Oh, I've hurt his feelings.
Don't you mean Bozeman, Montana?
Yes, Bozeman, Montana.
All right.
Yeah, how does a guy like that, really, understand the concept?
Yeah, an average guy.
Yeah. Say, honey, that dinner you made us was delicious. And I think for dessert, I'm taking you and the kids out to Frederick's for some of them banana panties.
We gotta do a commercial. We'll be right back. Our next guest is a regular visitor to this program. Many people, including some in a position to know, believe his brain did not receive enough oxygen in his first 18 years. From December 28th through New Year's, he will be at Charlie Goodnight's, one of the high-paying New Year's Eve gigs. That's in Raleigh, North Carolina, folks. Please welcome Jeff Altman. How you doing? Do a little Johnny.
This is nuts, isn't it? The holiday season, and, Doc is not here tonight.
No, he's not here.
Paul is here tonight.
Paul is here tonight, Doc. Has Johnny ever seen you do that? Have you done that in front of him ever?
I was performing at the Comedy Store one night about 10 years ago, and this is a true story, and one you'll be waiting to hear, I know. I said, gee, Doc is not here, Ed is not here, who's here tonight? And this voice off stage went, geez, I'm here.
Yeah.
And it was Johnny.
Actually, Johnny Carson?
Yeah, he was there, and he went up on stage and did a few minutes.
Was it fun?
It was great. It was just, it's something I'll never forget.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nice to have you back here in New York City. And I noticed as you came out, you gave us that look again, too.
The look?
Yeah, the look. Describe the look and do it for us.
Well,
how did this come about?
Actually, it came about because Jerry Falwell accused...
Oh, that's right, Jim Baker.
Jim Baker of giving people homosexual looks.
All right, let's see the look. How does the look go?
It just seems so stupid to think that Baker would be,
I need money, Tammy needs money, we all need money.
Yeah, I guess that's the look he was talking about.
The look.
Yeah. How you doing? You glad to be back here in New York City?
The minute you get back to New York, you know you're here because you get in those cabs, and of course there's no Native Americans driving, and
Well, those would be Indians, I guess.
that's right. Those would be Indians, and they've always done something. They're irritated and mad if you find they're mad because of what they did in their native countries was much more important. I was right. Guy turns to me and says,
You know, in my country, I commanded over 15 million men. Over 15 men. Now I live on 186th Street with a hot plate. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, I can understand how that would be a rude awakening to you.
Listen, you talk about people screwing people in New York. This is a true story. I walked in yesterday. I got off the plane, and my glasses, this new sunglasses, were all bent and stuff. So
how did that happen?
Well, I'd mashed my face into the front of the hee-hi-hi.
Yeah?
And I needed. I'm not getting enough oxygen right now, Dad.
No,
I'm out of oxygen.
He's getting...
I'm out of oxygen.
It looks like
Daddy!
you might have been tweeted somewhere along the line. All right.
Okay. This is true. You talk about crazy New Yorkers. I walk in to
Now,
get
when you're done with this, I hate to keep interrupting.
Yes?
But when you're done with this little presentation, do a little Carl for us.
Well, I will in a minute. I have that planned.
Do you have a little Carl
Yeah,
for us tonight? Okay.
I walk in to get my eyeglasses re-straightened, and I went into the counter and sat down in an optician, and I look across the counter. There's a guy, a big, tall Indian fellow sitting there, and, you know, like, you like to put so I didn't say anything. I just leaned my head forward, and he took my head like this and went to adjust my glasses, and this is exactly what he did. He stretched my lips out as far as he could.
Yeah.
I said, what the hell are you doing? He goes, and he turned my head like that. I said, are you crazy? And the guy stood up, ran out, got in a cab, and drove off.
Is that right? So he
was
wasn't
not even working
He wasn't the optician.
I'm killing him.
You've been writing again, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay, now a little Carl. Do we have to set this up? Is there anything?
Carl is my uncle, as you know.
Carl is your uncle.
Carl is
yeah.
my uncle, and
Yeah.
you know,
who has drinks a little bit.
Well, he has a taste now and then,
Yeah.
you know. Everybody has an uncle like this. In fact, this is the holiday season. That's when they always appear. And I have a little son. You know the kind of guy I'm talking about. He's kind of like,
Now look, buddy, I'm telling you right now, the eggnog is damn good. Now just beat it, creep nuts, okay?
and so anyway, I have this little. What you can do is a little holiday. How many have relatives that they just can't?
Sure, I think everybody.
They're good for about half an hour, and then you just want, you know. Yeah. Here's what you do. This is kind of funny. You walk over right after the turkey and everything, and maybe they spilled a little gravy or something. You walk over and say, gee, you spilled a little gravy right there.
All right.
And, of course, they'll do what you just did. They'll say, no, I'm not falling for that. At that moment, you deck them.
Knock him out.
Bam!
Yeah. Drop him.
Pow!
Fold him up like a cheese omelet.
Just fold them up. I'll drop you like a bad transmission, buddy.
Yeah. And then they're gone.
They're out cold.
Yeah, but isn't it likely that someone might phone the police?
Well, I've had that happen before.
What do you, any thoughts about the political races?
Well, I don't know.
That seems to be the standard question.
Oh, I met Pat Robertson.
Really?
I was walking through like a Hilton hotel somewhere, and he had all his entourage was there. And apparently I looked like one of the young Republicans.
It's very close to that other look, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know Pat would like that. Yeah. So he walked over to me and touched me on the arm, and he said, you know, God has commanded me to run for president. And I looked at him and I said, fine, Pat, and I have just had an enjoyable coitus with Reza Gorbachev.
Can we say Reza?
Hey, Reza this.
Yeah. So you look pretty good. You're feeling pretty good?
Well, no, I had 2 weeks ago. I had some little plastic surgery.
Oh, is that right?
I had a mole removed from my nose.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
An actual mole. It was actually a mole.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I'm getting older. I'm starting to realize I'm in my mid-30s now, and you know, you start to, for the first time, don't you start feeling you get a little gray hair from your head is now appearing in your ears, and it's bleak. And you know you're starting to get old.
It's not bleak. It's not bleak exactly.
Well,
You're not really that old.
Things happen, though. You know, they start making you think to yourself. You'd be standing in line at the bank, people behind you are going, "You're next! You're next! You're next!"
You get up and you go, oh, I'm sorry.
There he goes. There he goes. Now, let me get these dates correct because we want to pack them in down there.
Pack 'em in.
Charlie, good night.
Oh, yeah.
This place will be gone.
Everyone
by
gets a
Labor
free
Day.
butt steak that comes there.
right.
Big,
from-
sweet, and meaty.
From December 28th through the, I guess, the New Year's. New Year's, yeah. All right, in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. Jeff Altman, folks. We'll be right back.